Nutrition, Arizona's Everyday Chef. I'm your host, The Nerdy Cook, and today I have been hungry for these. It is time for some Cubano sandwiches. So I got all the ingredients, everything's been going. Had the pork marinated brine in the marinade last night, so that's ready to go. I have been just dying for these sandwiches, and I want to make them. So I had to go out and get a little panini press, George Foreman grill, something like that, something, just to make them. Got some bread, not the kind I needed, but it'll probably serve the purpose for this time, but I'm going to be on the hunt for that kind of bread so I can make it. I'm going to have a lot of leftovers, so y'all raise your hand if you want some. Leave a comment. If you're here local, Phoenix, maybe I'll bring you one. I am going to bring my son one tomorrow, since he's been dying. He's not dying, but he wanted one. Let's see, what else have we got going? Quarantine life is still going into effect, folks. I can tell you right now that my own personal OCD and anxiety and everything is kind of going through the roof a little bit. I'm trying to be kind when I'm at work, but when people are on you so close that you can feel their bodies on you, it gets to be a little much. Being somebody who enjoys social and talking to people, found through the years that I really like distancing myself. So my 6-foot bubble now has enlarged to about a 12-foot bubble. But it's something that I have to try to deal with every day, because I can get really anxious, and I just have to walk away at times and calm down, take a breath, and just try to remember where I'm at. I've been very good at being able to focus my mind when I am out at work, that this is work. Generally speaking, when I'm out on my own, I had to go do a couple essential runs today for some food for today's episode, and I can tell you that I just steer clear of so many people. It just gets to me, being out in public, driving behind people that are just going crazy, but overall I can, like a lot of people. So if you do have that same thing where you get extremely anxious, just find a way to stop, take a breath. Music really helps. I have my AirPods in with almost all the time, except for at work, listening to music, and that just kind of helps me channel that anxiety out. But everybody, please stay safe. I know here in Arizona they are extending it to May 15th, so please wash your hands. Don't go out unless you have to. I had to go out today, or else I really wouldn't have. Tried doing everything last night when I got off work, so when I came home today on my day off, I can just stay at home. So unfortunately, I did have to go out and go to a couple stores. But other than that, please don't go out unless you have to, and make sure you share. Don't take more than what you need, especially when it comes to fresh meats, vegetables, fruits. Share, because the next person needs it just as much. All right, on to some cooking. So we're going to get started here. I've kind of cheated a little bit, but I'll let you know in just a second what I've cheated on. And let's get these sandwiches going, because I am starving. I will say, when I went out today, I had to go to Trader Joe's. And curse my sister and curse my nephew who works at Trader Joe's. As my sister, when I was over at her house filming one day, one of the episodes, she brought out this Danish Kringle. And it was raspberry, and y'all know that I love raspberries. So when I was out, I actually found myself a Danish Kringle there at Trader Joe's. I bought 2 of them, so one of them's in the freezer for later on. I'm not a sweets type of person. I don't really care that much for like candy bars, things like that. But this, oh, it's good. Oh, raspberry. So that's going to be my treat for later on too. I had a little bit for breakfast earlier. So good. So if you do get a chance, head over to Trader Joe's. When you are out for essential shopping, it's usually on the bread wall. That's where I found these. They should be cold. They come in frozen. You can take it home, refreeze it, And then when you want it out, mine was just a little cold, so I just put it in the microwave for about 10 seconds. And I had some chocolate milk too, so pick them up because they're good. I know this one and pecan, I don't know if there's any others. My nephew loves pecan. My sister and I love the raspberries. So try them out. Let me know what you think. All right, so let's get to making these sandwiches. All right, folks, so with the pork last night, I've got it marinating. I didn't have any sour oranges, so I got some orange juice, and it said to add lemon juice and lime juice. So I've added probably about half a gallon of orange juice, let's see, almost a whole small container of lemon juice, and about 80% of a bigger bottle of lime juice. Now that's probably about a 9-pound pork butt that I put in there. I've also deboned it. I put in some tomatillos too, because I saw those and they look good. There's onions, garlic, cilantro, mint, cumin. So it is just all been marinating overnight. So we're going to get ready here in just a little bit and start baking it and getting ready for our Cubano sandwiches, a la the chef show. So I'm going to let this sit. I've got it covered, and we will be back. Okay, so we are ready to go to start baking the pork for these Cuban sandwiches. I can tell you I am excited as anything for this. I am hungry for these. So after I saw the movie and Chef, I found a Cuban restaurant here in Phoenix, and I went and had one. And then, ironically, it was like a month later, and I went to Cheesecake Factory and had a Cubano sandwich. I will tell you that the Cheesecake Factory one was better. And I just can't explain why, but yeah, it was just better. So in here, look at this big massive garlic bulb. So I did up 2 of these, 2 of them, and then just used a little food processor to mince it all up basically and put it in. I put in a couple tomatillos, some cumin, and as I said, the cumin, mint, oregano, cilantro, and then the orange juice. So we're going to take this out. Now you don't cook it in the marinade at all. So you just take it out, and it is really just, I'll show you here. Okay, look at that. So I'm going to put a little bit of salt and pepper on this baby. So it has just been stewing pretty much almost for 24 hours. It's been brining. So I'm just going to set it in here, fat side up, so it'll just cook all down. Put some salt, pepper, and I'm going to cook it for about 2 hours at 375 degrees. And then we'll make sure and we check it, because I want to make sure it's all done and good. So the rest of this juice, I don't know. I'll figure something else out. Maybe I'll throw some, I've got some chicken that maybe I'll throw it in there and grill that up too for some meal prep. So we will be back right after these short messages from yours truly. Alright, so for this recipe, the Cubano sandwiches is, you need some time, because the meat's got to brine, soak in the marinade for about 24 hours. Overnight is fine. Like if you did it about 5, 6, 7 o'clock at night. If you're not going to cook until about 2 or 3, you're good. So what you'll need is, I use half a gallon of orange juice. Out of this lemon juice, I've used about, I'd probably say 80%. Lime juice, probably about the same. It's a big one. It's to make a sour orange, because you can't find sour oranges. You'll need, I used 2 of these huge garlic bulbs. Woo! Right there, garlic bulbs. Look at that thing. This thing is huge. I bought 3 of them. I'll save that for later. You will need some pickles. Oh, for the marinade. Pickles are, we need to wait on the pickles. So for the marinade, cilantro, mint, cumin, peppercorn, and then for the sandwich part of it, you will need ham, Swiss cheese. I didn't get the right roll, so I ended up going to Trader Joe's and I got some ciabatta rolls, and then I got some other regular rolls too, and fries. Need some sandwich sliced pickles. You can just pick up whole pickles and slice them. I love Clausen pickles. And you will need mustard. And then the last is you'll need butter to butter the top. And then you will need one of these little panini or Cuisinart griddles or George Foreman, something that has flat surface, because that's how we're going to finish off the sandwich. So, and then of course the main ingredient, which I don't have right now because I'm working ahead and filming differently, is you'll need about pork butt. So mine is going to be about 8 pounds, so I'm going to have a lot of leftovers, kind of like my brisket. So that's actually cooking. You do not use any of the leftover marinade to cook it. You just take it out of the marinade, plop it in the dish, put it in. So that's the next little bit that we've got coming from the messages brought to you by the Nerdy Cook. And let's see what's, oh, a little bit of olive oil. I couldn't find Spanish oil, so I used just some olive oil, but I will be on the hunt here for Spanish oil. So you want to use probably about, I don't know, about half a cup. Yeah, just about a half a cup. And then some salt. I didn't salt mine just because I'm going to have enough salt already. So I'm just trying to tone that down a bit. Other than that, we're going to wait. It's probably going to be about another hour and a half or so before the pork is done, that we can start going making the rest of the sandwich. So I'm going to put some of this stuff away and gear up to make these sandwiches, because I'm hungry for these. Alright, look at this pork. Ooh. Oh, it smells so good. So, what it calls for is to take it out of here. It's all cooked. And put it on a cutting board. And we're going to let it sit for about 20 minutes. So in the meantime, what we're going to do, need to keep those kind of handy. I need to move this around. So, pardon me while I... Alright. So, as we can see, our pork is nice and good. It's nice and delicious. Smells good. So what I'm going to do is we're going to start getting everything else prepped. So we're going to just let this sit, and we are going to get our rolls, our ham out, cheese, pickles, mustard. We're going to get my new little Cuisinart griddle thingy bobber done at whatchamacallit. And we're going to start making some Cubano sandwiches. Alright? So, let's hang in. Alright, short little bit. I've got my rolls cut. I'm doing 3 right now. I've got my mustard. I've got my pickles. And then over here I do have my ham and my Swiss cheese. In just a second I'm going to start cutting the pork into pieces. Kind of thin. You don't want it too thick. So we're going to get those going. I'm going to make some fries to go with my food today. And then I got my skillet ready that we're going to put the meat on, along with the ham, and kind of mix and match it all. And we're going to get the cheese cut up to work with the bread. And I'm just excited. I'm like so hungry for these, and this just looks so amazing that I'm just besides myself right now. I can barely even talk. It's just one of those things where it's like, oh my, it's here, it's here. So let me get some stuff going, and we'll be right back. I've cut up a little bit of this. I mean, it is, the marinade and everything is just, it's unbelievably just divine. Oh, I mean, just without adding salt, there's plenty of salt to it, so you don't really have to worry. You can add salt if you want to. I just chose not to. It is soaked into the meat. It is so good. Oh, geez. Just unbelievable. So I've got my fries going because I want to get all this kind of done. Got my little griddle going. Oh, so we're gonna start making some Cuban sandwiches, guys. So hold on. Woo! All right, so I put the ham on just in a little frying pan, just a little bit of butter. Put in the pork, laid it on. Now I'm going to add, it's on the bottom of the bread, 1, 2 pickles. Woo! Oh, I like so stoked for this. Okay, and I've got my 2 pieces of Swiss cheese. We're going to push this over here. We're going to pop this open. Ooh! We're going to see if it's ready. I'm going to put on a little butter. Oh! Look at that! It's ready! Oh. Right in the middle. Right in the middle is where we want all this butter. So now, we do have the top covered in mustard. And then, ooh, that was warm. Now we're going to take the butter, oops, and just coat the top. Oh, believe me, my mouth is just watering right now. Okay, got to make sure it all stays together. I know these are the wrong rolls. I know. Don't get mad. I know it's not totally authentic. We're going to try out the other one too. Then we're going to take this. We're going to put it right on here. May have to just turn it this way. Oh. There we go. That's down. So what I'm going to do in the meantime, I'm going to get another one of these, the other type of roll. All set up. I'm going to get the ham. Alright, so, oh look at that, my fries are almost done. I'm going to get my pieces of meat ready too, my pork. Look at that. It's just so good. Alright, where's my towel? Oh, I got a big towel here. Check on my fries, and they are just about all done too. Turn those down. We're going to wait till that cheese, the Swiss cheese, melts. We're going to get this one all set up to go. Here's the bottom. And I got to find my tongs. I am just so stoked for this. Okay, so. Whew. I might have to cut this one piece in half, just so it'll fit. I know that's not ready yet. Okay, so put that on. I got my ham. turn just the oven off because I'm not gonna, the stove off. Let's get my pickles on here. There's one. There's two. Get my Swiss cheese. Put this down. Kind of hold it down. I'm just waiting. It's almost done, guys. Almost. Woo! Oh, you can tell I'm really happy. Alright, so with my fries, I'm going to drain these out of the oil because this is my lunch and dinner I'm eating right now. Oh. I'll try to clear this up a little bit so you can see. Got to get everything set. Now all I need is a little bit of Cuban coffee. Cafecito! Because I'm going to copy Gabriel Iglesias Fluffy. Unfortunately, I'm not a grande. He states he's a grande. I'm kind of not an ito, small. But, ooh. Oh, I'm telling you right now. Everybody, this is looking amazing. So, let me finish prepping everything, get it ready. I'm going to get this one done so we can see the difference. And we'll be back in a snap. Alrighty, here we go. I'm going to cut this in half, and it's because it's done. Look at that. Look at that. Oh boy. Oh, all right. So, how does it taste? I'm sure it's going to be tasting amazing. I got the other one going right now. I do want to let you know to make sure to like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell, get notifications when I do upload a new video. I'll be, oh, excuse me, it's from eating that pork. I'll let you know how it all turns out, how everybody likes them, from my son and whoever else might decide they want to stop by and try some. It does take a little bit of time. I do have a little bit of a mess in the kitchen to clean up, but I am sure that this is going to be so worth it. The excitement you can tell to make these is just phenomenal, and the ability to do it. I just want you all to know that I do appreciate those that subscribe and comment, those that also follow on Instagram. I do want to send a shout out to all of you that follow me there as well. Please keep following. Please keep making comments. Tell a friend. Show them this, what you can make at home. You don't need to be a huge monstrous chef, but it does help to be able to follow those people's footsteps without having any training myself, and to be able to do all this, it's so much fun. It really is. So, let me check this one out. Nope, not quite yet, but it's close. It's close. It's close. But, yeah, what else can I say? This relieves my anxiety, is making food, and even though this is just a mess right in here, I don't mind the cleanup when I can make food like this and I can watch people enjoy it. So, for those of you that are close by, maybe set up a time. I can maybe drop one off to you. Whoop, that one's slipping. I gotta take pictures, for the Instagram. Let me make sure how this one turns out. Oh, just a second more, and I'll show you how it turns out with this other roll. Finding those other types of rolls are really, really tough to find. But I'm going to be on the lookout once things reopen. So, before we sign off on this episode, alright, John Favreau, Roy Choi, The Chef Show, Anybody else? That's the other one. We're going to cut this. Thank you for the inspiration. Oh, that's tasty. I got enough to make quite a few sandwiches, so for my son out there, and hopefully you enjoy it when I bring it to you tomorrow. Maybe I'll bring one of my sister who helps out. I do got a really good best friend here that hopefully he likes it. He's picky. But thank you all, and we'll see you on the next show.